Welcome back to our series and .NET 6 Wave API using bearer authentication. So this BWT token-based authentication. So as you can see in my screen, guys, this is now the Swagger UI. So Swagger UI, and then because we gonna access the protected area of our endpoint, like for example in the weather forecast here. So if we try this out, we should get unauthorized result because this is now a protected area. So you can see here, its status is 401. So when we take a look in our code, the weather forecast has now the authorized attribute. So this is now how GWT can authentication works. So this is filter by default. This is created by speed.net for authorization. All right. So for us to allow for us to access this API controller, for example, the weather forecast, we can get the data there. We need to issue the valid token. So that is why in our Swagger, this one, we can authenticate first ourselves, so we can have the token. For example, in the login. So in our previous video, we already registered, so we have the account there. So we need to generate the token so we can access the protected endpoint. So for example, this one, the email or the user is my name, ts.dsb.com. And then our password is this one, 345. So if I execute this, guys, it will give me a token. It's still loading. Yeah, here. This is now the success. So as you can see the message, this is the token. And the expiry is this one to 727. So you can set the expiry in your code. So now we need to have this token to be injected in our authorization header or header part. But in here in the UI of the Swagger, where can we get the authorization? There's no button here, right? So that is why we are going to add it in our, of course, in our code. So we gonna add, we enable a token authorization header in the Swagger. So we go to our program files here. Actually, I already did it. Then I just comment so you can see. So basically, I will uncomment this. This will give us the authorization button and we can inject there. So we have here add Swagger Gen. We add security definition, its bearer or the ZWT authentication. The open security scheme, so parameter location, it will be in the header. And our description, that will be something like a label there, insert GW token. And the name is authorization, the type security scheme type is TTP. And the where format is GWT, so and this scheme is bearer. So after that, we need to, I will also uncomment this so it will work. So this is these are the middleware that you are going to configure in your Swagger for us to have a authorization button then and we can insert the token in the as part of the header request. Okay. So we have here Swagger Gen add security requirements. So it will be open API security requirement and there will be open security scheme which the reference is open API reference, which is the type of reference type that security scheme and the ID bearer. Okay, and there's the new string that is the one that we are going to pass. the token. All right, guys. So I will run it again. I will run it again so we can see now the authorization button in our Swagger UI. All right. So just this is .NET 6. So basically, we are not using the uh, what is that? The one that we are using before. Oh, this one, Postman. So Postman has API tools to fire your API. So this part we are using the Swagger. So you can see here now, this is authorized. So this is the bearer, is the TV bearer. Then this is the label. You can insert the value here, then authorize. So we'll get the token from our login. I think it's not expired yet because the expiry date is, oh, it's not here. So we need to issue again. So we'll first generate the token. So we try it out. And then since we're already registered, so we just get the token. And that goes in the psw.com, and then the password is the 1345. So we execute it, and there we go. We get the token. So this is our token, guys. So basically, this token is composed of three things or three parts: the header, the payload, and the security. So later I will show you how to see it in the JWT website. So now we are going to use this token. We have now the authorization header. Let's try out first the endpoint for our sample that is protected. So you cannot access this if you have no valid token. Okay. Because in our code we already put yeah, authorized attribute there. So as you can see, it is 401, so unauthorized access. Authorized access. So now we are going to go back to our button authorize here. We put the token here. We click authorize, and then even if we close it, then we go back to our protected endpoint, and then we execute. As you can see here, guys, you have now the weather forecast, the authorization which is bearer, and they pass this token. And of course, we are now able to access so 200, so it's access, so we can get the data here. So that is how we authorize, or how do we do in enable token authorization in Swagger, and then how we protect the API endpoint. So you only need to get the token and in every part of your application or endpoint. If you don't want that to be accessed by just normal accessed by unauthorized, so you can ask for the header, inject the header, the authorization, I mean the token. So that's it. You can see here in our code. That is why I am. This is just an example of how we access the protected area. So we are just using the weather forecast. So this is an authorized attribute, authorized filter here, and then how we do it also to enable the token in Swagger. Basically, we just add in the program that is this part. Okay, it's everything from here. So you can see the title. This is Swagger. Then we append the title here and the version. And this one, the security definition. Of course, we are using Bearer. and this part, open security requirement. So actually, the documentation is you can find it in the website of GWT. And then of course, don't forget to put here the authentication before the authorization. This is the middleware that instruct our program that we need to authenticate, because if you remove this, then it will not work even if you define it in your API endpoint. Okay, so what I just telling you about the token is this GWT website, gwt.io. So basically below you can decode here. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. You can put your token there. Okay, so as you can see here, the decoding part, the header, the authorization token type, we are using algorithm. It's 256 and the type is GWT. And in the second part, the what color is this? Something violet. That is the payload data. So you can see here the email, which is my email. The scheme is identifier is the ID, user ID. This is in GUID, and the expiry date is converted into integer. And which is the issuer, which is the client, and the audience, which is the server, is just the same. So and then the signature here. So this is the hashing. So this URL. So it's invalid signature because this we need to put the key here. So this is the most important because the secret key, you alone know it. So for example, in our project here, I will get the my secret key and put it there, so it will be in a valid token. So my secret key here is in here. So here, so I will just get this and put it there. So this is something that very secure because your secret key no one can know it except yourself. Okay, so yeah, we have to put it here and it, it will be valid token. So signature is verified. So that's how the token is being created. So it's have three parts. So before the period is the algorithm, the header. The second one is our payload data. This consists of your claims, of your expiry, and the issuer and the audience. And the third part is the security key to verify the signature. So I think that's it for today, guys. So this is part two of our .NET 6 with API video series. So basically, we are just copying the existing code in the previous ASP.NET API 3.1. So if you want to watch the detailed every, it's very step by step detail on how it's being coded. You can just watch this part here. So we have playlist here for the .NET Core 3.1 version. This is not my, this is my son channel. So so it's your
Good
connected
morning.
playlist. So you can take a look here. Uh, yeah, this one. Uh, yeah, so every
Here we
details
go.
here, I really
Hello guys, good
very step
afternoon.
by
So
step how I created.
we're going to
Okay, so you
demonstrate
have
now.
to take a look there if you want to be in more
Hello
details.
guys, good
So
afternoon.
basically, I
Welcome back to our
just
video
upgrade
series.
this one into
So
.NET
if
Core 6.
you watch
So
the
it's just
part
a very
5, I
little
think that's
different.
the
So
forget
that's it for now, guys. Don't forget to hit the
email and
subscribe
password
button and
email.
hit the bell button so you will be updated
We
with the next
encountered an issue
video.
there.
Of
So
course, comment or what suggestion or clarification or question or any contribution you want to talk about. And then happy learning, guys. Goodbye. See you soon in the next video.